Have you ever been to a Disney park and just wondered, how do they do it? It all feels so magical, right? So effortless. Well, what if I told you that behind the curtain, it's not magic at all? It's actually a system, a repeatable, profitable system for creating world-class customer service. Today, we're going to pull back that curtain and see how you can apply that same systematic magic to your own business. But first, let me ask you something. I'm talking to all the business owners out there. Do you really know what bad service is costing you? I mean, it's easy to get obsessed with marketing or the product itself, but what happens when a customer actually interacts with your company? Are you absolutely sure you're not losing them at that final crucial step? Okay, check this out, because this is where it gets kind of crazy. There's this massive disconnect. A study found that 80% of companies think, yeah, we provide great service, but when you go and ask their customers, only 8% of them agree. That huge gap, that's where your profits go to die. And the cost of that gap, it's staggering. We're talking 78% of consumers. That's nearly 4 out of every 5 people admitting they have literally backed out of a purchase just because of a bad service experience. That is not some theoretical problem. That's real revenue walking right out your door. So how do you bridge that gap? Well, we're going to unlock the Disney method. And the most important thing to get your head around is that what feels like magic to us, the customers, is actually a deliberate, well-practiced, and totally replicatable system on the inside. And our guide for this journey is Vance Morris. Now, this isn't some academic just studying from the outside. This guy was an insider. For a whole decade, he was a leader at Disney resorts, helping to design and open iconic experiences like Chef Mickey's restaurant. He wasn't just watching the system. He was in the trenches helping to build it. And this name tag right here, that represents a decade of being on the inside. He knows the secrets behind the magic because, well, he was one of the magicians. Morris calls his framework systematic magic, and that name just perfectly captures the whole idea. It's a system built to be repeatable and replicable. The goal isn't just to make customers feel good. It's to create a process that does it over and over again, leading directly to a healthier bottom line. So what is this system, really? You're probably picturing some giant, complicated manual you have to memorize, but it's not like that at all. It's actually built on 3 simple foundational pillars that any business, and I mean any business in any industry, can start using. Let's break them down. So here they are, the 3 pillars. First, you've got mindset, which all starts with an obsession over the details. Second is people, the ones who are empowered to create that wow factor. And third, you have process, which is all about using simple systems to solve really big, common problems. All right, let's start with mindset. At Disney, the whole culture of excellence kicks off with this fanatical focus on the smallest things. They actually have a word for it, plussing. It's this idea of constantly looking for one small thing you can add or improve to make an experience just a little bit better. They know the big picture is really just a collection of thousands of these tiny plussed moments. And this whole idea, it started at the very, very top. There's a famous story from the early days of Disneyland. It involves Walt Disney himself on the Jungle Cruise ride. He decided to go on a surprise inspection to see what the guest experience was really like. So Walt gets off the ride and he is furious. See, the ride was supposed to be 7 minutes long, but his watch clocked it at just over 4. And his exact words were, "We shot through there so fast I couldn't tell the hippos from the elephants." He knew that the details, like the timing or getting a good look at those expensive hippos, that's what people paid for. That was the experience. And it just wasn't perfect. Now, that obsessive mindset leads directly into the second pillar, people. A great plan is one thing, but it's your team, your people who actually bring it to life. This is all about training and empowering your employees to consistently go above and beyond to create that wow moment. So what does wow look like outside of a theme park? Vance tells this great story about needing to buy a hammer. First, he goes to a big box store. Ignored. Can't find help. Then he tries a small local hardware store. The moment he walks in, they offer him coffee, walk him right to the tool he needs, and then, get this, they gave him a free quarter for the parking meter. That tiny, totally unexpected gesture, that was the wow factor. Okay, so from the wow of people, we get to the absolute backbone that makes it all possible. Process. This is about designing simple, smart systems that see problems coming and solve them for the customer before they even have a chance to get frustrated. I mean, think about this super common problem. You're at the end of a long day, you walk out into this absolute sea of cars, and you have no idea where you parked. It's a guaranteed point of frustration, and it's a terrible way to end an otherwise amazing day. So, what's Disney's solution? Some high tech app? Nope. It is beautifully simple. The parking lots are filled in a very specific order. So, the tram drivers just have to log which sections were filled up at which times. All a guest has to do is remember roughly when they arrived, and the staff can narrow down a search from thousands of spots to just a few rows. A simple process that solves a huge problem. Brilliant. So, you've got the mindset, you've got the people, you've got the process. But how do you connect all of that to your bottom line? How does this whole system actually translate into profit? Well, Morris boils it all down to this formula. It starts with QEE, a quality employee experience. And notice that's first, because happy employees create a QCE, a quality client experience. You support both of those with QBP, quality business practices. You take that entire awesome ecosystem and you multiply it by DRM, direct response marketing. And the result? PF, a profitable future. And look, this isn't just a nice theory. After he left Disney, Vance Morris actually started his own carpet cleaning franchise. He applied these exact same principles, the obsession with details, the wow factor, the smart processes. And the result? In his first year alone, his sales shot up by 27%. So that brings us right back to that simple but really powerful idea from Disney's core mindset, plussing. It just means always looking for that one extra detail, that one small improvement. So the question I'll leave you with is this: what's one detail in your business that you can plus tomorrow?